We always go over how the market is doing with our weekly market update. There's a couple of numbers that I want to zero in on in this market update. And what it does is it actually shows that things are starting to change in the positive. So real estate investors can really get back into the game right now. I know a lot of people have been on the sidelines because there's so many multiple offer situations going on. You've been outbid on things that ruins your numbers. But we're starting to see a turn, and it's going to come back into the real estate investors' favor. The first thing we're going to do is, of course, total sales. They're down a little bit. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. Prices are going higher and higher and higher, and there's still not a ton of inventory, but we're seeing that turn around right now. If you look at the active listings, we're at just 3251 right now. That's only down 2.9% from last May. And if you look at April of this year was down 15% or almost 16% from last April. So we're starting to see that inventory creep up, which is very, very good news because let's face it, we're all getting tired of this multiple offer situation.
Yeah, so just speaking to that, Tim and myself wrote a couple of offers on the weekend. One of the offers, Tim, you wrote on 2 weeks ago. And that was just a little townhouse, and the townhouse market is booming right now for everybody out there. And we got a great property that we have to get that on video because it is a little loophole in getting a townhouse that could be a little bit cheaper. And I'll just quickly explain this. There's townhouses out there that the bedrooms are below grade. Okay, so the bedrooms, the square footage, whenever it's below grade, is not counted in the actual square footage of the property. So it's a property where you go in, you have a main level with a kitchen, living room, normally a bathroom. Yeah. Sometimes the bathroom's downstairs. And then the 2 bedrooms are downstairs with furnace room, laundry room. And this one's special because we can add in another bathroom. But what people don't realize out there, and there's plenty of these types of townhouses out there, Tim, what people don't realize is these types of townhouses will still rent, and you can buy them way cheaper. They'll still rent out for the same price as 2 bedrooms being above grade. Because when you do advertise it on Rentfaster or Facebook Marketplace, wherever you advertise your properties, you're calculating all that square footage. So it still shows as 1,000 square feet. It's just that the MLS doesn't allow that.
Yeah, and it's similar living area to the new townhouses that are being built out in the suburbs, the smaller 2-bedroom ones, where you're at 1,200 square feet, and you can list it all on the MLS. In these newer units because it's all above grade, but the older units, they have the same square footage, but because half it's under there, you can't list that. That sort of takes a lot of people out of the market. But when you, like as I said, when you go onto the rental market, you're getting the exact same rents.
Yeah.
And you're talking $150,000 price difference.
Yeah.
So it's that much lower than the newer units that we were getting into a year ago.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. And then the other property we went after was for Daniel. He's moving on to his 4th property. And we've wrote probably 8 or 9 offers this year for Daniel. And Daniel, you know what, to be honest, he needs conditions when we make an offer. His parents have kind of voiced their opinion on that, which is fine. But we're still losing out to, we're getting outbidded to offers with no conditions. So that's, even though the inventory is still coming up a bit, but what we are finding, Tim, is that the clients are emailing us because they're getting more investment alerts in their inbox every morning. So we're actually, seeing more properties. We're yet to get Daniel a property. So
yeah,
we'll keep you posted.
One thing about these no condition offers that we're seeing a lot of in the multiple offer situation is sometimes they don't close on the property. Now, one way they can sneakily get away with it or get out of the deal is not deliver their initial deposit. If they don't deliver their initial deposit on time in accordance with the contract, then that sort of negates the deal. Another one is to say there was some issue with financing where if it's a condominium complex, they can say the CMHC will not fund a mortgage on that building. They can sort of get out of it that way. And another thing is it might come to possession date and they don't have the funds. They couldn't get a mortgage, so they couldn't close on it. That property may come back on the market.
Yeah, and you just got to be careful. We say this all the time. If you do go unconditional, that you know your numbers. If you overpay for that property, the bank will not finance you all the way up to that price because it's not worth it. So you have to understand. You have to understand what you're doing and make sure that you're working with realtors that know the values and know what's going on, so you're protected all around.
Yeah. So one last thing to look at here on this chart here is the average price. You can see that May of this year is up 11.37% over last year. If you look at April, the month before, it was 10.92. So what that's telling us is we're still getting huge increases in prices, 10, 11%. If you bought last year, that means your property has gone up 10 or 11%. So to get into a property as a real estate investor, we always say there's never a bad time. You know, markets go up, markets go down, but in a market like Calgary and Alberta, you're going to see that trend. It'll go up and down, but overall the trend is going to be an incline up. So real estate investors are out there, they're interested in fantastic growth in the next few years.
And you can still cash flow in this market. That's what you need to understand. There's plenty of ways to cash flow, and we're going to go over some tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our market report. Normally we have Danielle DeMarco, our real estate investment mortgage expert, coming to talk. She's away for this week, so she's not going to be able to give her talk that she does all the time. But one thing we're going to pay attention to is on our next seminar, we're going to have, I don't know if it's right before or right after the next rate announcement from the Bank of Canada. A lot of people are anticipating that rates are going to go down in the next rate announcement, which is at the beginning of June. So we'll keep you posted on that, and by all means, keep yourself informed on where those rates are going, because if rates do go down, that's going to mean more activity in this market.
Yeah, it's going to get busier. There's going to be more people getting out there and looking at houses. So we feel we'll go into even more multiple offers, which we don't really want to do. But just speaking to Danielle, if you are thinking of investing in real estate, first thing to always do is to reach out to a mortgage broker. We recommend Danielle. We've been working with her nearly 18 years now. And just to see where you are financially, so you can make that decision. And if you can't get financing, that's not the end of it. We've got ways to move you forward as well.